Hey everyone, welcome to our webinar. We're going to be getting started here in just a couple of minutes. Thank you so much for coming and for being on time. We're going to cover a lot of ground tonight. We're going to be talking about how to create an online course, how to target your niche, how to organize your knowledge, how to identify valuable knowledge. We're going to be talking about launching your course, getting your name out there, and a whole bunch of other really good stuff. So as we're moving along here, I want to recommend. I'll remind you of this a couple of times, but I want to recommend that you go ahead and shut down anything that might distract or interrupt you. So shut down cell phone, text messages, instant messenger, Skype, all that stuff. Shut down the social media. And get yourself something to take notes with, something to write on, and something to write with. Teaching and learning is really fun. Okay, we're going to be learning a lot tonight. As you can see, I'm broadcasting live from actually from my wife's little office bedroom here. This is my favorite room to teach in. It's like a cool little art gallery in here. And yeah, like I said, teaching and learning is fun and it can be a really good time. Make sure that you're ready though, by having something to take notes with so that when the knowledge that you need arrives, that you can go ahead and write it down. So be ready for that, and just shut all your distractions off as well. Like I said, we're gonna have we got the chat open right now. You might just go in and test it out. You know, just to use the system for a second. Say your name, say where you're from, just so everybody can get a sense that there are people here from all over the world. We're really fortunate to have people joining us from all corners of the planet and from all industries and all walks of life here. Teaching and learning is something that all of us are going to need to learn to do better. And tonight, as we talk about how to create a book or an online course or a digital product, we're going to be learning how to do that better. So again, just type in your name, say where you're from. We're going to be turning off the chat and turning on questions as we get into the webinar. And I want to give you a recommendation now. I'll also remind you when we get started. If you're going to ask me a question, please make sure that it has specifics in it, okay? Try to tell me a little bit about your situation, a little bit about what you're trying to do, because this helps me give you a better answer. And we're going to stay on till the end. I've got some special bonuses for you if you are interested in the DigitalU. When we're finishing up, and then I'll also stay on at the end and I'll answer a bunch of questions. So if you'd like to ask me a question about creating or launching your course or your digital product, or questions about the DigitalU, you can stay on to the end and I'll be answering those. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put up a presentation. I've got a keynote presentation with a bunch of slides and an outline and just a lot of the content that I'm going to share with you. And I'm going to do a screen share, and then I'm going to put myself in the corner on video so that you can see me over there. And I'm going to go through my slides and the presentation that I have for you. I've got just some various stuff that I want you to see. Sometimes people also like to see the words to be able to follow along. And then at the end, I'll come back on and we'll switch back over to full screen, and we'll do some questions and answers. All right, so we're going to test things out here. I'm going to turn on my screen share. Okay, there's the screen share. There's Webinar Jam. All right, and then here's our presentation. And I'm just going to talk for a moment or two, just so that we can get confirmation that this is working for everyone and that it looks good. And I'm going to go full screen here. Again, I see a whole bunch of new people joining us. Please turn off distractions and interruptions. Okay, turn off distractions and interruptions. Cell phone, text messages, instant messenger, Skype. Just turn all that stuff off. Bring all of your attention here right now. Get yourself something to take notes with. Welcome. Thank you for all the new people that are joining. You know, be ready to take notes and be ready to ask some questions. Okay, great. Okay, here we go. I'm Eben Pagan. I'll be your host. And tonight we're going to learn how to create and market your online course, book, or product. All right, so welcome. Here's how to get the most from this class. This webinar is going to include dozens of tips, ideas, and strategies for creating your course or product and building your online business, dozens of tips about trends and where things are going. Turn off any distractions, plan to focus, okay? Get something to take notes with and write down the ideas that you're going to apply. As they say, the shortest pencil is better than the longest memory. So make sure you're taking notes. Write down the things that make sense to you. Write down the things that you're going to apply from this class that we're doing here. And then later on, I'm going to be talking a little bit about the DigitalU if you're really interested in coming on a journey to create your digital product or online course. Now, if you have questions for me, I'll be answering questions at the end of the presentation portion of this webinar live. So if you have a question, please write it down so you can ask me when we open up for questions. I think we're going to leave questions on, actually. So if you want to go in and type in a question, you can do that. Keep in mind, the more specific your question can be, the better your answer will be. So if you can give me, at least 2-3 sentences, so I have a little sense of who you are, what your situation is, that's going to really help. All right, so it's all about online education. Okay, today is all about online education and why now is the time to take what you know and package it into a course or a product that you can sell. It's never been easier to take your knowledge, expertise, and story and make a product, okay? Make a course or a digital product or a book that you can sell to build your income, your business, your brand, right? Your personal reputation. Knowledge is now more valuable than work, and I think even more valuable than money. Okay, because if you have better knowledge, you can get better results with much less work. And that's why we now live in what Peter Drucker called the knowledge economy, and why people are willing to pay more and more for the right knowledge. Okay, we get paid in proportion to our knowledge first. I mentioned Peter Drucker. He was the big management and business guru, and he noticed that we were moving from this time and effort economy into what he called the knowledge economy, and that most of us are what are called knowledge workers. Okay, we're paid more now for what we do with our minds than what we do with our hands on average. We have to learn to think better. We're all going to be changing roles and changing jobs and doing different things professionally. And this means that we're all going to need more knowledge. And that's why knowledge is becoming so important and it's becoming so valuable, and why people are spending so much money and investing so much of their time to learn it. The online course solution. Okay, so in a time of business uncertainty and insecurity, I see online courses and products as a real solution to this. So in this webinar, you'll learn about online courses, how they work, and tips for how to make one and launch it online. Okay, and here's what we're going to cover. We'll look at important trends. Okay, I'm going to show you business trends and online knowledge and education trends. You're going to learn you're going to see a view into the future of online business and the future of learning. You're going to see where this is going. We're going to look at online courses and how to create them. We're going to talk about target market niche strategies. We're going to talk about course and product creation shortcuts. We're going to look at marketing and conversion systems and ideas. And we're going to look at list and audience building methods. I'm going to give you specific techniques, some of the best things that I've learned for some of these areas. We'll also learn 5 mistakes to avoid. Okay, I'm going to explain 5 of the key mistakes that people make when creating and marketing their courses and products and how to avoid them. And this is really critical if you want to save time and maximize your chance of success with your course and with your online business. So the big online launches are about online courses and digital products. Okay, so if you've been watching this space for a while and you look at the big kind of $1 million launches that you see happening, including mine, you'll see that most are for courses and digital products. And why is this? It's because digital courses are the best way to package and sell knowledge now. Okay, so for the first time, we can take our knowledge, take what we've learned, take our experience, right? Take all of this, this wonderful wisdom that we've accumulated in our story, and we can package that up into something that can be sold, something that we can offer as a product. And that's very exciting. It's very exciting. And I've been helping people do this for several years now, and it's amazing to see the transformation that happens and also a lot of the success. Now, I use and follow a system. Okay, so the reason I've been able to create all of these successful courses, books, and products is that I've developed and I use a system. Okay, I'm not guessing at what works and what to do here. I'm actually systematically putting all of the pieces together. And I created this system over years of creating best-selling courses and knowledge products. Okay, I'm not just making this up here. I have created dozens of best-selling knowledge products, and I created a very successful company that taught other people before I ever started teaching this. Okay, a lot of people, unfortunately, they haven't actually done it, but they're teaching it because it seems like, a get-rich-quick scheme or something. I've actually done it several times over. And I'll be walking you through the steps of my system later in the webinar. I'll also show you my 5-step blueprint, which is also the outline that we go through for the DigitalU course. Okay, so there's 5 steps to building, launching, and marketing your online course, your book, or your product. And I'll show you my blueprint for doing it, and we'll walk through it. Okay, I'll show you what's in here. And then also the DigitalU live class. Okay, so I'll also tell you details about our new DigitalU live 90-day coaching class. And this is where we work with you and you go through 90 days of live training with me, plus some great online training that walks you through targeting your niche, creating your course or online digital product, and then putting it online and launching it and marketing. And I've got a very special offer for you because you're on this webinar, okay? And as a special bonus, anyone who stays with me to the end of the class, I've got some extra bonuses that I'm going to add. Okay, so let's talk about what this is not before we get into the business stuff. Okay, I want to be clear about one thing. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme or a promise of instant results with no work. The success I have is not typical. Most people who buy books never read them. Most people who start things don't follow through, and most people don't succeed as a result. Okay, you have to work to win in business, and with the systems and shortcuts that you're going to learn here, I believe you'll have a better chance, and that it can happen much faster. Okay, so this is not a guaranteed get rich quick, but so many people have been successful using these methods that they're really worth paying attention to and they're worth using. All right, so first I want to make a business case as we dive into some of the training and the content. All right, I really believe in online courses and digital knowledge products. Okay, you can probably tell by the way I talk about it. I've been living in this world for 15 plus years now. I'm going to take a few minutes to explain what an online course is and why I love them, and then make a case for your online business. And I also want to share some trends and how businesses are getting disrupted by innovation right now. All right, so what is a digital knowledge product? Okay, so it's information that's been organized into a system or a recipe, and it becomes much more valuable. Data is just random, but information, it informs you by putting ideas and knowledge in an order that's easy to learn, okay, and you create a product. It becomes a knowledge product when it's something you can stream or download, okay? Sometimes they're called knowledge products or information products. And when you organize your knowledge, okay, when you organize the knowledge, it becomes a lot more valuable. Okay, this is where you get the 10x or the 100x. It's not just random information. It's organized information. Napoleon Hill talked about that in his book, Think and Grow Rich. It's all about organized knowledge. There are different digital course and product formats. Okay, there are ebooks, there are audio courses, video courses, membership sites, webinars. I've used these and many others, okay? And you can package up your knowledge. You can put it in a format that works for you and that's really valuable to potential customers. As just an example here, I want to talk about some of the prices that I sell my digital products for. Okay, I sell ebooks in the range of $15 to $40 each. Interview subscriptions, $20 to $50 per month. Okay, and that's a monthly membership. Audio courses, $50 to $200. Membership sites, $20 to $500 per month. Video courses, $100 to $2,000 plus. But what's cool to remember about digital products, okay, and online courses is that it's digital. Okay, there's no inventory costs. You create your course or your digital product, and then you can sell it to as many people as you want, and it's really a game changer. Why I love digital courses and products. They help people. Okay, you can do well by doing good. It feels great to help other people and then get reports of how they're using your knowledge and your information to go and make their lives better. The digital courses and the products, they do the teaching work. So you can have, 1, 100, or 1,000 of them at work at a time. All right, so you can create your course once and it can go out and teach thousands of people, or hundreds of thousands of people, or millions of people for that matter. Uh-oh. Got a little lighting issue here. Hold on a sec. All right, there we go. All right. Each one of them becomes a new pillar of your business and a new potential stream of income. And I'll talk about that later. And once it's built, it keeps teaching forever. Okay, so if you take the time, weeks, months, however long it takes you to create your online course, once it's done, it becomes something that goes out into the world and it can keep teaching forever. I have courses that people have been going through for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years that they still buy all the time. And it's really a miracle that we can do this with the internet. Okay, so here's what happens when you create your course, book, or training. Okay, you have instant credibility and authority. You have a unique product to sell. It's easier to meet important people, and people who have lists become interested in working with you and promoting your product. Okay, all of these things happen. You become legitimized when you create an online course. When you create an online course or book, you leverage the power of the internet to create a literal multiplication of your abilities. Okay, we have to get used to the idea of duplicating ourselves, and that's what this allows us to do. Once created, you can basically have an unlimited number of people learning from you anytime, anywhere, and it's automatic. Okay, so that's huge leverage. We're all looking for more leverage, and this helps you get it. And it's also all about getting paid what you're worth. Okay, so in our class today, I want you to keep in mind that what we're really talking about here is getting paid what you're worth. The reason why most work doesn't feel inspiring is that they don't feel like they're going anywhere, and you don't feel like you're being paid what you're really worth. Yeah. And so now you can take your knowledge and take all your experience and put it into something, right, where you can start being paid more what you're worth rather than for what you're doing. All right, let's talk about disruption for a moment. Okay, so we're going to switch over and talk about business here a little bit. And the big buzzword in the business startup community is disruption. And disruption is short for disruptive innovation. It basically means that technology is changing every industry, every job, everything in business so fast that it feels like a disruption. Okay, and we're all starting to feel this now. We can all see this. The process creates a lot of insecurity, okay, as well. So examples of disruption, things that you've seen, general examples for the sake of this conversation, right? You've seen Tesla, electric cars, and PayPal, and Airbnb, and Uber. Right? We all use a lot of these types of things, and many others that are coming on the scene very quickly and then taking over a lot of market share. So how do these companies disrupt? Well, PayPal, right? You can send people money or set up a store and take payments online in minutes. Okay, that really disrupted the whole way that payments were done. Uber, right? You can push a button and call a car with your mobile, or you can sign up and be driving and working immediately too. Right, my wife and I, we travel a lot. We live all around most of the year, in fact, and we're fortunate that we have the kinds of businesses we have where we're teachers and coaches, and we wind up taking Uber a lot. And I love talking to Uber drivers and just learning about how different it is for them, like how their reality has been changed. And mostly, what they say is it is a miracle to be able to sign up, go outside, sit in my car and drive and be working, and that's very disruptive to the taxi cab industry. Airbnb, okay, you can put your place up for rent and get someone to come stay in it, this weekend, or find a place anywhere in the world to stay, right? We've used Airbnb all over the world. It's incredible. Tesla, very disruptive, a beautiful car that doesn't need gas. This is a big deal. So we're always looking for how disruption is going to come for our world and our industry, and very importantly, what we can do next. So what else is being disrupted, right? And here's where the opportunity is in online education. Okay, so Peter Drucker, most famous business guru of all time, I already mentioned him, he predicted that the university system of education would break down. He believed that this would create a massive opportunity for a new system to emerge, but he didn't know what that new system was. Okay, and I remember reading, he said this would be a multi-$100 billion opportunity. All right, I think it's going to be bigger, but take a look at this. Okay, so you've probably seen this kind of thing. Study, more students are enrolling in online courses, right? This is in US News. Check this out. I did one of these classes a few years ago, and this was in 2014. It talked about 2015. Okay, so this was a few years ago. Online learning industry poised for 107 billion in 2015. That was in 2015. But look what happened. Okay, after 2015 came, e-learning market was valued over 165 billion. Now look at this. All right, look where things are going. Global e-learning market to reach 325 billion by 2025. Right here, Forbes is talking about the same thing. E-learning climbing to 325 billion by 2025. Online courses grow for 14 years in a row. 14 years in a row. Okay, no sign of it stopping. And you can see the curve turning upward. And it's important to just really get and remember that technology is boosting this growth. All right, so this is what's going to be happening over the next several years. All right, here's a prediction, compound annual growth of 20% until 2021, and it's going to go way past that. Stanford talking about the growth of online learning, tomorrow's teaching and learning. Okay, this is a big deal. This is important because most of this growth is coming from places that are unexpected. And so many people, in fact, most of the people that I know that are the most successful teaching things online, they don't have an academic background. They don't come from the college world. They just taught themselves how to create online courses and books and digital products, and they're doing it themselves. Maybe you saw this, right? When Apple's doing their latest launch, 2 billion iOS devices. There are 2 billion iPads, iPhones, right? These kinds of things around the planet, 2 billion of them, right? Just think now how much time people are spending on these devices learning, okay? Reading, going through courses, learning. So the point is that the same pattern of disruption is happening in learning and education, okay? And it's happening right now. Right now, it's really hitting the curve right now. It's going mainstream. Most people have no idea that this is happening, and they have no idea that a lot of this money is being earned by regular people who are striking out to help others learn. As business evolves, by the way, we all have to expect to change roles every few years. This is another reason why creating knowledge products and online courses is such a great thing to do right now. Okay, so in the future of your business life, it's wise to expect to change roles every 1 to 3 years into the future, and to change careers every 3 to 5 years. All right, now I know that this sounds, to some people, this sounds like it might be a little bit fast, but look around at what's happening. Just look at how things are accelerating. This means that all of us will need to increase the amount of time that we invest in learning. We're already investing more time learning, right? All of us are. And where will all that new knowledge come from? Who's going to create the courses? All right, so if you notice that of the numerous people who are succeeding with courses online, that you've never heard of most of them before. Okay, that's what I mentioned. Like most of the courses that are being created, even if you go on the big sites like Udemy, they're mostly being created by people you've never heard of. Okay, you have knowledge, skills, and a story that can help a lot of people. And this is the first time you've been able to reach all the people who are looking for you right now. Okay, and I love my digital product and course businesses because I can work from basically anywhere with just a computer and an internet connection. Okay, my business has been 100% virtual since it started, over 15 years. I wrote a book in my bedroom of dating advice to get started, and it's always been virtual, and my team has always been virtual. Everyone's worked from home. I had much lower startup costs. I could start immediately. I can work on my own time when I'm most energized and creative, work as much as I want. People can buy my products anytime, 24/7. There's so many benefits to this new way of doing business. And your course, again, it duplicates you and does the work. All right, so for example, here is a training program that I did. It was a high-end training program for entrepreneurs. It was called Altitude. And just to show you the difference here of what it means to be able to have a product go and do the work for you, To create this course took a long time, okay? We launched the program over like 3 months. We had to do all kinds of work to get all these entrepreneurs. It was a very expensive program. They flew in from all over the place. It was 5 days long, okay? And I had to get a bunch of guest speakers. I had a bunch of my friends and people come in. It was really a big production. It was expensive in terms of time and energy. But I did something. I recorded it on video. And then, what do you think we did, right? We turned it into a course. And that's the great thing, is each time you do something, right, each of your products, each of your courses becomes a business asset and an income stream. And these are some of the different courses that I've created. You know, many of them have done over $1 million in sales. You know, some of these brands have done, you know, even more than that. It's been very successful, but you can see the power of taking something that you teach and then creating a course that can go out and sell and do the teaching forever. I also love the freedom that this model gives me. You know, I worked in a manual labor job for the first 7 years of my life. I didn't make more than $10 an hour until I was in my mid-20s, and I always had to, you know, go to my job. Now, my wife and I, we live traveling around in different places, and these are just some fun, you know, travel pictures that we've done. You know, there's me and my wife on an elephant, and you know, me and my daughter in San Francisco and the Eiffel Tower, and you know, there's my wife and I in the middle in the love sign at Burning Man. My wife and I, we met at Burning Man, and we actually wrote our vows that day, sitting behind that sign, our wedding vows. And it's really interesting and very different to be able to be anywhere and do the work that I do, and to be able to teach. You know, again, I mean, you know, we just got home here, or I just got home. My wife's coming tomorrow. We live in Miami during the winter, and we usually travel for a lot of the rest of the year. You know, here I am in my wife's little office bedroom here. You know, you can see it's like a little art gallery. This is my favorite room to teach in. There's something just cool about this room, and I love teaching in here. But it gives me a lot of freedom and flexibility to be able to do this way of business. Oh, here I just found some pictures of, you know, last year we were traveling and I needed to do a product launch, and you know, we were staying in an Airbnb somewhere, and I just, you know, set up my computer and I started teaching and doing my launch. A lot of doors have opened for me. You know, I wrote my first book just sitting in my bedroom. It was a book of dating advice, which I'll show you in just a moment. It was called Double Your Dating. And it was just me at my computer. You know, I just wrote a book and I taught myself how to make a PDF and how to do pay-per-click marketing and all these kinds of things. And then I started writing email newsletters, and it was just me for quite a while. And then I hired a virtual assistant, and the business grew. And you know, in our first year, we did about $133,000 in sales, which was pretty good. Most of that was actually done at the end of that first year when I launched my first audio course. And then our second year, we did about $500,000, and then we did, you know, $1.5 million, and we kept growing. And then we had other teachers come in and start teaching inside of my company. And as that got going, I started to get a lot of attention. You know, Tony Robbins, who you can see here, he called me and asked to do an interview for his New Money Masters program. I was called to interview Sir Richard Branson on stage at a very special event in Canada. And he liked that interview so much that he asked me to come back and interview him at his event in Los Angeles, his charity event. And that was a lot of fun. And so these kinds of cool things have happened because I've created online courses and helped people around the world. My new book launched this year. I created a book called Opportunity, which was really cool. And we launched that. And when I did, Larry King called, right? He just, out of the blue, Larry King's office called and said, hey, do you want to come do an interview with Larry for his new program? And so I went and was interviewed by Larry King, which was a super cool highlight. Went up to New York to his studio and so forth. So this is the kind of stuff that also happens when you create something that helps a lot of people. And I think that everyone should have an online course or a digital teaching product, right? If you want to write a book, you should have an online course or a digital product. If you're a coach, right, you should definitely have an online course. If you're an author, if you have physical products, if you want to start a business, I mean, really, I think that everyone can and should have an online course. Everyone should go through the process of identifying the knowledge that they have that's the most valuable, and then packaging it up into a digital product that they can sell online. Okay, just the exercise teaches you so much. You learn so many important teaching and business skills that become the cornerstone for the success that you have for the long run. Really, I think that everyone should do this. In order to create your online course, all right, or your digital product, we have to nail your product niche. You have to get your niche right. We also have to nail your product content. Okay? We have to know what to put inside of your product. And we need to identify the knowledge that you have that's the most valuable, the knowledge that people would pay the most to learn from you. We have to nail your marketing. Okay? In other words, we have to learn how to go out and get people to come and buy it, come pay you for it. We have to nail your launch. Okay? You have to launch your product. And we have to nail your follow-up conversion system to follow up with people who come, who are interested, who then might buy down the road. Okay, so let's dive in and let's learn techniques and approaches and tips and tricks for doing each of these things. All right, so I'm going to give you the secret. Okay, this is the secret here. And if you listen with this in mind, you'll see that this is behind so much of what I'm teaching. Okay, so there's a secret to success with online courses and teaching programs, and it's simple. It's to learn how to think like your customer. Okay, learn how to think like your customer, how to think like the person who's going to give you the money, who's going to buy the course from you. And that's what we're going to learn in the mistakes and the tips that follow. If you pay attention to what I'm teaching here, you'll see that I'm thinking from the customer's perspective, right? Very important if we want to create a course that wins. So a niche mistake that people make is being too general. All right. So people look for specific solutions to their situations, not general solutions. Okay. Write this down. People look for specific solutions to their situations, not general solutions. Okay. If your car breaks down in the middle of the night, okay, you don't call up a friend and say, you know, I think my life is going to hell. I need some moral support. You know, you call a tow truck. Okay, so what do you buy if you have a headache? Right? You don't go buy a book on how to live a healthy lifestyle. You buy an Advil or a Tylenol or an Excedrin. You buy something specific. And this goes for knowledge as well. When people are buying knowledge, they want to buy something specific. So the more specific you are with your product, the more people trust that it can solve their problem, and the higher the perceived value. Okay, so the thing that you know how to do, that's that specific niche thing, that's the thing that's really valuable. All right, so I mentioned my first book, Double Your Dating. Okay, I wrote this book in 3 weeks. Okay, it was no literary masterpiece. I sat down, I wrote it in my bedroom. I used a pen name, David D'Angelo, because my name, Eben Pagan, I thought was just too weird. I thought I needed a name that sounded a little bit more normal. And so that's what I went out with. And this book took off and became extremely successful. Now, what's interesting about this, when speaking about niches, is that I didn't write a book of general self-help. Okay, I didn't write a book on like how to raise your self-esteem or how to be more, confident in general. I also didn't write a book about relationships or romance. Okay, I wrote a book about dating, and I didn't write it for everyone. I wrote it for men. Okay, so these are niche, right? Just dating advice for men. And there's an important lesson there. Even though it seems like I might have been able to get a lot more customers if I would have created, a general relationship advice book, right? This is what hits home, something more niche. Okay, right, I said that stuff. Okay, so now let's talk about designing your product. There's a mistake that people make when designing a product, when they're designing a course or a digital product or a book. Most people assume that the purpose of their course or product is to give others information. But there's another key purpose, okay? And write this one down. It's to make something that people already want to buy. If you're going to create a course or an online product and you want it to make you money, like you want income, you want them to buy it from you, you have to just run this layer of making something that people already want to buy. Remember I said we have to think like the customer? Okay, so it's a mistake to just write down or say what you know about a topic and then assume people will pay you good money for this data. Okay, that's a mistake. What we want to do is we want to do something that's a little bit more sophisticated. we want to look for what we could call buyer hot buttons. Okay, and we want to ask, what is it that's motivating our student to take action? Okay, because your course sells much better when you outline your content based on what your customer is already looking for. So what we want to do is we want to list your customers or your students' biggest fears and desires, and then research what they're searching for. Okay, we want to use our tools like Google, we want to use the keyword planner, Google Trends, and we want to just see, are these things that people are searching for? Again, it's a little shift when creating a course to ask, what is it that people want to learn, rather than just, what do I want to teach? Now, you can, I say here, you can fill in your program with what customers really need, the stuff that you want to teach, but we want to start with motivations and make a course or product that customers already want to buy. Okay, so for example, if I'm writing a book of dating advice, I know that what a man really needs to do in order to be more successful with women and with dating is to become more confident and increase his self-esteem and do these things, this deep inner work, okay? Become a better person, become more attractive as a person. But I also know that that's not what that guy is looking for when he's first looking for the dating advice. Okay, when he's first out looking for the dating advice, he wants to know things like, what's a good pickup line so I can start a conversation? Or what should I write in my personal ad? Okay, or what should I talk about when I'm on a date? Or how should I kiss a girl? Those are the things that he's interested in. So I need to make sure and incorporate that stuff and even build my course or my product around those things. And then what I do is I put all of the other stuff in around it. This way, later, when I launch my course and I do my marketing, I can say, here, you can learn about great pickup lines and how to approach a woman and start a conversation, and how to do body language, and what to talk about on a date, and how to kiss a woman, and all of this stuff that they want. And they say, that's the stuff that I want. And that's what motivates them to buy. Okay. And what's interesting is that it doesn't really take that much extra work to think about what your student wants to learn, what the things that are frustrating to them are, and the things that sound really cool to them. It doesn't take that much. I mean, you can sit down and do a few brainstorming sessions and just think about it, do a little research, and then make sure that stuff's in there. This one thing would make such a massive difference. When I see, great books that are full of wonderful wisdom, and I go on Amazon and I look and they're like number 743,000 in sales, the reason is usually because they didn't think about what was motivating their students or their learners. Okay, so this is a big one. Here's a great metaphor. The quarter-inch drill bit. When someone buys a quarter-inch drill bit, what do they want? They don't want a quarter-inch drill bit. They want a quarter-inch hole. Okay, the drill bit is the feature, the hole is the benefit. The drill bit is the what, and the hole is the why. And what we want to do is we want to ask ourselves, what is the quarter-inch hole? Okay, so the product is the drill bit. Remember, your course, book, or teaching product is the drill bit. It's not the hole. If you forget the quarter-inch hole that your customer wants, then you forget the thing that they're really buying. So what is your customer's quarter-inch hole? And I want to pause here for a minute, and I really want to underscore this. Because when I teach people how to create digital products, books, online courses, I'm not teaching them how to create a course. I'm trying to teach them how to create something that people want to buy from them. All right, another level here, something that has the best chances of success. We don't know if your course is going to be a success in the marketplace, but we want to give it every possible advantage. And that's why we try to build the marketing right into the course or the product. Okay, and you have to get this right. In fact, if you join me for the DigitalU course, which is a 90-day training that we're opening up registration this week, and we start next week, we do 90 days, and we learn all about marketing. We learn all about knowledge products, and we learn how to design something that sells itself. Okay, and we use these kinds of mindsets in order to do it. A good case study is this class. Okay, so after asking my students what they want and what they want to avoid, their hot button issues, I've learned that they're most interested in a few key things. They want to know how to target their niche. right? They want to know how to get their course done or their product. They want to know how to create their marketing and get customers. They want to know how to do their launch. And they want to know how to write their follow-up sequences, which I prefer email for this. And so that's what I'm teaching you right now, okay? Best ideas, hacks, tips for those areas. And you'll notice when we get to the end and I'm doing question and answer that there are going to be a lot of questions about these things because I know that that's the stuff that I'm covering. Okay, here's a product tip. High-end often sells better. High-end meaning more expensive. This is another really cool counterintuitive thing that I've learned. Most people who are starting out with online learning and knowledge products assume that they have to start by creating a cheap product. Now, this can be a winning approach, but it's often better to create a high-end product first. I've done both, okay, and you can do either, but this is a great idea if you're getting started. This completely changes the psychology as you release your other products, okay? So particularly if you're a coach or a teacher or you're a speaker or an expert in some way and you are interested in maybe doing a live course or a live seminar, it's a great way to get started because then you can take that, you can do it once, you can make a course out of it, and then watch this, right? So high-end case study, my altitude course. I showed you pictures of this before. Okay, again, big fancy course. It was $10,000 to attend. So when I started teaching business growth and marketing, I used a premium brand strategy. And I did this intentionally. I started with a live seminar that was $10,000 a person to attend. And then I created a video course from it. Okay, so I recorded the program, and then I offered a home study video version for $2,000. Now, some people might say, well, $2,000, that sounds like a high-end program. Not when compared to a course that was $10,000. Okay, $2,000, it's a very normal amount of money to spend on a teaching program or an online course, but it's a much better deal when you realize that the other people that went through the training program, right, invested $10,000. Okay, so this is a great way to position the value of your product and kill two birds with one stone. Notice how Ferrari does it, okay? They launch an exclusive, rare $1 million car, and then they design others to look like it and sell them like hotcakes for only $250,000, right? And you can see with the LaFerrari there, the $1 million car, they take some of the design cues and they come over here, and then when you drive your $250,000 car, you're thinking, oh yeah, this is just like the $1 million car, okay? This psychology works all the way up the market. All right, let's talk about marketing, and we'll start with a marketing mistake. Okay, a marketing mistake that people make a lot when creating and launching online courses is talking about you. Most people who are getting started with their marketing, they unconsciously believe that they must talk about themselves. Okay, so a lot of times people are insecure. They think, oh, I have to have credentials or I have to make people like me or whatever. And yes, you need to talk about yourself, but it should only be educational if you do. Okay, only educational, only if in some way it enhances the education that you're giving. So what should you talk about instead? You should talk about them and their needs. All right, I would say, probably 90 or 95% of the time when I work with people on their marketing, in the big live seminars that I do, when I'm doing coaching, in the courses that I teach, probably 90, 95% of the time, when we really get down to it, when we're talking about creating a course or a marketing message, the person is not, they haven't really thought about the perspective of the other person. They're still thinking about the way that they think, and they're not thinking about the way that the other person thinks. Okay, so we're gonna let that go. You don't have to talk about yourself very much. What we wanna do is we wanna translate the value of what we're teaching into terms that your prospect or your student can understand. Okay, this is a big deal. This is one of the most important ideas that I teach. It's something that we go really deep in the DigitalU and over the next 90 days. This is the key right here, okay? Your marketing isn't about your course. Your marketing is actually about the value of the result that your customer will get with it. So translate this value. All right, so it's not about the value of my book of dating advice. It's about the value of getting a date. You understand the difference? If I'm selling my book, I'm not trying to sell someone on the value of the book. I'm trying to sell someone on the value of being able to get a date. Subtle, but very important. Okay? So I'm not trying to sell you, for example, on the value of me and my knowledge. I'm trying to sell you on the value of creating your course and what that's going to do for your life. And think about how different that feels, right? Okay, so ask yourself, how much time, effort, energy, and money did you have to invest to learn what you know that they will save, the people that go through your course? Okay, how much time, effort, energy did you have to invest to learn that they're going to save because they're going to just get the shortcuts? That's the way to start thinking. How much time that they're going to save, money they're going to save, efficiency they're going to get. And here's a more specific example, right? So when I first put my Double Your Dating book online, I sold it for $29.95, and then I was selling it for $39.95, okay, which is a high price for selling an ebook. But it was very successful. I was selling at $39.95. And what I compared it to was saving the price of a date. Okay, so how much are you going to spend on dates? $50, $100, $200, right? And a lot of that money is going to go to waste. And for example, I said, what if I could show you a place to take a woman on a date that's free, so you don't have to spend a bunch of money and she'll enjoy it more? Okay, so now what I'm doing is I'm translating it into terms that someone can understand. So translate the value of your knowledge into how much time are they going to save? How much effort are they going to save? How much money are they going to make? Okay, how much hassle are they going to save? How much love and approval are they going to get from other people? How much failure is it going to prevent for them? You have to tell people about this stuff. And that's a lot of what we work on, by the way, as we go deeper. If you join me for DigitalU, because there are methods and approaches and techniques for doing this. It's a new way of communicating with people, teaching them about the value of your knowledge. It's actually an education project. All right, let's talk about launches, okay? Because you're going to create your digital product or your online course, and you're going to want to launch it. And a mistake that a lot of people make is going for what they call the one-shot sale. Okay, most people have an instant gratification mindset when they create their marketing. Okay, people create an online course or a book, and they just think, well, I'm going to put it online. I just want people to come to the site and buy it from me, and that's it. But it turns out that's not the way things work. Okay, and it's a big mistake in the long run. A lot of money is lost this way. Instead, what we want to do is build a series of free content that romances a customer to the point of buying. Okay, the sequence is the solution here. So if someone comes to your website, I'm going to recommend that you give away something that's really valuable, like a free video or a report. And then when someone either follows you or opts in, you're going to send them a sequence of follow-up messages of free, valuable content that's going to have them realize, oh, this is really the stuff here. Okay, the sequence, it is the solution. So a launch tip here is what I call move the free line. And what we like to do is give away your most valuable idea in a free report or video, okay? And it gets more leads, okay? So remember when I said that I was doing what I was teaching and giving you my best ideas for each area? That is moving the free line. Okay, I'm sitting down and I'm asking, what is the most valuable thing I can show someone who's thinking about creating a book or a course and they want to launch it online? It's this stuff. Okay, and write this down, very important. Give away your most valuable idea for free. Okay, what is that one most valuable idea? Give that one away for free. Now think like a customer for a second. Okay, imagine that you're a customer, imagine you're a buyer. Imagine that you're a student, someone that's going to go through your course, who's got to be a customer because they're going to pay you. When they first meet you online and they see your video or your website, what's going to convince them that you're the real deal? What's going to convince them that your course or your digital product or book is really valuable? Right? Showing it to them and showing them something that's in there. And if you give away your most valuable idea, they're going to say, wow, well, if this is the idea they're giving away, how much more valuable must be the material inside of the program? And then inside of the program, you take that valuable idea and you unpack it and you go deep with it and you show them how to implement it and you show them what to do with it and you show them how to use it in their life. Okay, you show them the how to apply it. All right, let's talk about following up. All right. And this is one of the biggest mistakes that I see in following up. And it's not communicating. Right? The biggest mistake when following up is being afraid of over communicating, which leads to not communicating. People say, well, I don't want to bother anyone. And then they don't wind up communicating. And then no one comes back to their website. No one buys their course. The mindset shift to make is one of educating instead of just selling. Okay, Claude Hopkins talked about this in his book, Scientific Advertising. Educate, don't just sell. And I wrote here a follow-up case study, my Double Your Dating newsletters. When I first wrote Double Your Dating and I put it online, I just had a website and you could come and either buy the book or leave. That was it. And my good friend Dean Jackson, who originally showed me all of this stuff in online marketing, at one point we sat down and we created an opt-in page and I started building a list. So when people came to my site, they could get some free dating tips if they opted in. And then I started following up with email newsletters. And this is how I learned all this stuff. And when I first started, I would send an email newsletter, like, I don't know, maybe every week or two. And I would send a little segment of the book or, a little tip or something. And then I found that by writing more often, sending more follow-ups that were more interesting, that offered more free value, that lo and behold, more people came back and bought my book. And if I would teach a big chunk, some really great concept inside of the book, and I would do it in an interesting way with lots of fun and kind of style, that would be the thing that would make them come back and buy even more. And I experimented with this a lot. And at that phase, that point when I was doing this, I started being a lot more funny and using personality and kind of like funny, sarcastic guy humor. And as I did that, it just kept going. And it was interesting because it kind of brought out a whole kind of humorous side of my personality that wasn't there before. And it turned out that injecting all of that, that fun, that interestingness into those follow-ups really worked. And I found that, sending email newsletters a few times a week worked way better than just sending one every week or two. Now, you might say, well, I don't like it when people bug me and they send me lots and lots of email. That's true. And sometimes we get bugged and there's a lot of communication coming in right now. But I want you to think about this. When you're really interested in something and someone's sending you valuable information, right, they almost can't send you too much information, right? You kind of can't get too much. When you're going out and you're in the research phase and you're in the learning phase, right, that's what you're after, is more high quality information. Okay, if I don't know, you get interested in a new hobby and you go find a website that's got that new hobby and you opt in and they send you lots of information. You're like, this is great because now I'm learning more about it. Okay, if you're learning, you want to lose weight and you go to a website and you opt in and they start sending you great tips on how to lose weight or how to get a date or how to, do better in your career or how to do better investing, right? If you get great tips, then it's very welcome. So the key isn't not communicating, it's communicating and making sure that it's valuable. I would say that creating my series of newsletters and having a follow-up sequence, it was probably like a 10x for my business. Okay, 10x, 10 times. That I would have had 1/10 the success and financial success if I didn't send a follow-up series. And there are different types of ways of following up. And if you're interested in building this inside the DigitalU, we actually go deep and work on your follow-up campaigns and you really learn how to do this. I was actually teaching this to someone who works inside of a division of a big company recently. Most people just don't really get this, and it's very important. Okay, so there are some tips for taking action, creating your course, doing your marketing. And I want to just ask you for a minute, so what could this mean for you? Okay, what could this mean for you if you did this? What would happen for you if you took what you know and your story and packaged it in a course, a book, or a digital product that helped others? What would it mean for your life, okay, and for growing your own business? What happens when you start getting paid what you're worth to help people change their lives? Like, what happens to your self-esteem? And with that in mind, I'd like to extend an invitation, okay? So we're finished with the teaching part of the course, and I want to tell you now about the DigitalU. And I want to invite you today. We're just opening up registration for the DigitalU. It's my new course on how to create and launch your online course. So let's take your next big step. Okay, let's start actually creating your course, book, or knowledge product together, and let's start today. I've designed a powerful 90-day coaching class to help you do it. You've done the hard work learning what you know, and the rest we will do together. And here's how we'll create your course together. Okay, you don't need to reinvent the wheel. When you use a system, you can get more consistent results. Okay, you don't want to spend years trying to reinvent the wheel and figure this out yourself. Right? Starbucks, McDonald's, they use a system, so you have the exact same predictable experience. Use my DigitalU system to create and launch your course, book, or digital product. Make a product that's uniquely yours. Okay, when you create an online course or a video program or an audio program or a book, you make a product that is uniquely yours. It's something that's your own. It's got your mark. It's you in it. It's almost like you going out and being the product. This is the path to differentiating yourself, standing out, and having something that's sustainable. It's also the way to take your unique knowledge and experiences and package them into something valuable. Okay, to put your life into something valuable. The DigitalU is a complete system. Okay, you get templates for your knowledge to make it easy to organize and easy to create your course. You get tools for designing your course, your marketing, and your website, so you get your online business running. You get training for everything, where I and my team walk you through all the action steps. You get 5 in-depth modules classes. These are 5 live classes that we're going to do together. 1 on targeting your niche, 1 on building your course, 1 on creating your marketing offer, 1 on launching your course, and 1 on creating your email follow-up sequence. All the things we're talking about here, we go deep into. And we take about 2 weeks to study this, and we do a live module together for each of these, plus a lot more. Remember I showed you this at the beginning, okay? So 5 modules, target your audience niche. We identify a mass audience that's searching for a solution and create what I call a customer avatar. You use my 3-question niche test to narrow your niche to buyers, and then you test your niche before investing the time to create your product. Okay? Because you want to test it out. You want to see whether it's likely to work before you go through all this time creating a product that might not work. We build your online course. We outline based on customer searches so your product sells itself, and also their needs. We identify knowledge you have that's most valuable to customers. We want to identify your high value knowledge, not just any knowledge, but the knowledge that people would pay the most for. We use rapid prototyping to create your product in days. Okay, I'm going to recommend that you create a product very quickly and get it onto the market so you can iterate. We create your marketing offer, okay, because when people come to your website, they need to then have something that tells them how to buy it and that convinces them to do it. We identify the key fears and desires of customers who are searching for you. We'll use my 7-step conversion formula system to create a marketing script. And then we use templates to design an opt-in page, website, conversion piece. And then we launch our online course. Okay, we do what I call moving the free line by creating an opt-in magnet to get subscribers. We identify and partner with others who already have lists of qualified buyers, because there are a lot of other people that would help you sell your course that already have lists of people who would love to buy it. You probably found out about this webinar from someone else who had a list who sent you here. And then we use a launch to create your next high-end course. We create your email follow-up sequence, okay? We script the relationship building conversation with a new subscriber. We use 3 proven types of email newsletters to educate and sell. And then we automate emails in an optimal follow-up autoresponder series. All right, and again, we take about 2 weeks working on each of these areas and each of these modules. That's why it takes 90 days to do this. You get the 12, what I call my blueprint trainings, okay? Each one specifically designed to help you build a key piece of your product, marketing, launch, and email follow-ups. Each one includes an exercise, a template, or a blueprint to take what you learn and use it immediately. You get my templates and blueprints. You learn how to find the knowledge you have that's most valuable and put it into your product so you can sell it for the highest price. By the way, this new class, DigitalU, this is new. It's going to have a bunch of new knowledge in it. When I used to teach this class, it's over the last several years, it's gone by a few different names. In the past, it was called the Digital Product Blueprint, and that's where these 12 blueprints are from. So you get the 12 blueprints that I've taught before. Maybe you've seen me teach this class in the Digital Product Blueprint, and you get all of those trainings as part of the DigitalU. You get a private training portal, okay, with a members area. And again, it's all about the system. Okay, so the system works to create a winning course or product. It's chunked into sections, so it's easy and intuitive to use immediately as you learn it. You get templates, exercises, and formulas for everything, so you can implement as you go. And it really works. Okay, I have hundreds and hundreds of testimonials from people who've used my methods and systems to build their businesses and become more successful. I've got some special bonuses for you when you register today for the DigitalU. Okay, and I'm going to give you a link in just a little bit and tell you about some. I got kind of 2 extra sets of bonuses here. So special bonuses when you register today for DigitalU. These are some of my best and most effective courses to getting yourself into action and getting your product marketing and business built. To begin with, we must give you the time to build your course and your business. Okay, so let's start by increasing your productivity. The first bonus you're going to get is the Wake Up Productive course. Okay, this is one of my most popular courses. It's a 90-day course that we do right along with the DigitalU course. It becomes integrated. Okay, we're all time poor. Okay, we all have too much going on. And what I want to do is I want to gift you back the time to go through the DigitalU. I want to give you all of that time back. I want to free that up from your life so that you don't have to take any more time from your life to do it. And we double your productivity. Okay, so Wake Up Productive is a simple course that has a simple promise. If you go through it and use it, you'll double your productivity. So think about how much time you waste with distractions, interruptions, and working on things that don't get your big results. Hey, think about that. How much time do you spend in your life working on things that aren't getting the big results that you want in your life? What we do is we reclaim that time and we use it to build your business. Okay, we create your product, we launch it, and we build your business. And in Wake Up Productive, we install just 2 habits. Okay, there are no old school planners or complex priority systems or confusing methods to use in Wake Up Productive. We only install 2 habits, just 2. One in your personal life, one in your business, and then we use them. At the end of the 90 days, if you use what you learn, you'll double your productivity, guaranteed. And by the way, when you register for DigitalU today, you're going to log into your members area in just a little while here, and you're going to watch the welcome video for Wake Up Productive. And it's going to change how you think about productivity all by itself. Then next week, you'll go through some simple fast start videos and exercises that take just a few minutes each. And then Wake Up Productive is a weekly video. It's about 20 minutes long or so and an exercise. Okay, so once a week, you watch a little video, you do an exercise, and we build and install 2 habits in your life. One where we create a personal success ritual, and one where we create a business success ritual. We will dramatically increase your productivity and give you time back. So you're going to start doubling your productivity today. And by the way, here, I just wanted to share one testimonial. I have dozens of pages of testimonials about Wake Up Productive. I mean, probably hundreds of them. The Wake Up Productive program literally changed my life. I know it's a cliche, but it's really true. After going through the whole program, I find myself getting at least twice the amount of work done. As an internet marketer, that's a huge thing to have happen since it's so difficult to discipline yourself when you're making a passive income. But the work doesn't feel like work. For me, this is by far the most valuable program that Eben has ever released. Don't be fooled to thinking this is a program on time management. This is a how to achieve long-term life success habits. Truly a 10 out of 10. Once you learn how to create habits and install them in your body so that you do them automatically, really your life changes, okay? And this course, and we're giving you the business version with some extra bonuses. I normally sell this course for $497 all by itself. The second bonus you're going to get today when you register for DigitalU is my marketing step-by-step course. This is my most complete and in-depth course on marketing, and you're going to get the whole thing. And I started out sales and marketing phobic, okay? My first cold calling experience, I got a real estate license when I was in my early 20s. I was a rock and roll guitar player, and I used to work in a metal shop, and I was trying to figure out success. So I went and got a real estate license. And I remember I sat down at a phone to make cold calls, you know, where you call people up and say, you know, are you interested in selling your house? And I just got sick because I didn't want to do it. And I went home and I went to bed. Okay. My first ad that I ran, no one called. My first mailing piece, no one responded. And I am the biggest natural chicken when it comes to sales and marketing. Okay. And this is why you will love this system so much. I have basically gone from being, you know, totally afraid to now I really have a lot of confidence when it comes to sales and marketing because I know that I'm offering things that are valuable and I know how to do it so that it's interesting to people. Okay, most of the people that have joined this webinar are still here because the way that I'm presenting this stuff is valuable and interesting. Okay, and I'll show you how to do that. All of my best marketing mindsets, strategies, and techniques in one course so you can be up and running, creating marketing pieces that work, that get people to buy immediately. You get scripts, you get my best copywriting formulas, my favorite headline formulas. You learn about positioning and branding concepts, things that you won't learn anywhere else. You learn about how to name your business and name your products and name your course and much, much more. You learn advanced positioning concepts. You get to learn conversion formulas. You learn marketing psychology. You get videos, exercises, and application systems for every part of your marketing. You will end this course confident and able to start creating effective customer-getting marketing in any situation, even if you're just getting started. If you're already pretty good at marketing, I think that this stuff will really change the game for you. Okay, it's very, very powerful. Marketing step by step has changed a lot of people's lives. By the way, we sell that course for $997. Bonus number 3 is the tech tool trainings. Okay, so if you're just getting started, we'll walk you step by step and click by click through how to set up each part of your marketing in your business. Okay, so each week, along with our DigitalU trainings, you're also going to have these bonus trainings all live where you can get on, watch, learn, and get your questions answered. Setting up your blog, doing an online survey, creating a website, setting up your landing page, putting up stats and analytics, setting up email autoresponder, making a downloadable PDF, having a live webinar, okay, all the stuff that you're going to need to do to actually set this up as a business, you're going to learn here as part of the DigitalU. The course and the bonuses mean that you'll finish the DigitalU 90-day class with your niche targeted, your course or digital product finished, your marketing locked and loaded, your launch ready to go, and your audience and your list growing. And you can do this, okay? I wrote my first book, that book, W Dating, I showed you in 3 weeks. And many years later, people around the world, they still buy it and other courses of mine every day. Okay, our tools and templates make it easy to organize your knowledge, okay, and identify the most valuable knowledge, create your marketing, build your business, okay, and we'll walk you through all the steps. The value of the DigitalU course and the bonuses, okay, the 12-week DigitalU class and the system with all of the blueprints, value is $19.97. Live coaching classes with Evan. This is the only time that I'm going to teach this year. Okay, value of going through the live classes with me, $49.97. Wake Up Productive program, $497. Marketing step by step, we sell for $997. And then the live tech tool trainings, okay, $1997. $10,000 total value of this. The tuition for the DigitalU course, okay, for the next 90 days is only $397 per month, and you can do that over 6 months. If you'd like to pay your tuition in full, you can save almost $400, plus get 2 more advanced training courses as an additional bonus. Okay, so you can invest $397 per month for 6 months, or you can pay in full, save almost $400, and get 2 more training courses as bonus. Plus, I have a couple of extra bonuses for you because you're on the webinar. By the way, I want to mention you get 100% guarantee. You can try this at my risk. If you attend your classes with me, you do your homework, and at the end, 90 days later, you don't have your digital product or your course done and launched, you can just send me your homework exercises. Okay, this is the way that I know that you went through the program, and I'll happily refund your entire tuition, give you all your money back. Okay, so 100% guarantee. 90 days, go through the entire course. Okay? Okay, so remember I said you can pay in full, save almost $400? The first bonus you get if you pay in full today is my advanced course creation program. All right, so this is my most in-depth course on creating a high-value online course or digital product, video course, audio course. It's a deep workshop on getting into the head of your customer, finding the highest value hot buttons they have. It's excellent for creating your second or third high-end product and nailing all of your customers' needs. We go through a series of exercises that I've created where you just systematically get into the mind of your prospect and understand all of their hot buttons and make just a super high value product. It's in a workshop format that I taught, and it also includes very successful digital product and online course gurus that are there. Some of the most famous people in our industry were there speaking and that were attending and so forth. It's a really powerful course. And you get this course, I will give you this course as a bonus if you pay in full. And the second full pay bonus is my traffic intensive training course. Okay, so this is an ultimate psychology course on getting traffic. We've had millions of people on our lists, generated by tens of millions of visitors to our websites. I've used many channels to get this traffic, including pay-per-click, content, affiliates, SEO, partnerships, and several others. This is my most advanced traffic psychology course. It's traffic psychology. You will learn how to think like a customer. Both of these courses, by the way, these were part of a high-end training program that I did for very advanced people. It was $6,000 to $12,000 to be a part of. And I'm going to give you these two courses as a bonus if you pay in full. These two programs alone are worth the price of tuition. All right, so if you can afford it, definitely take me up on the pay in full. So that's 5 great product models. What I mean by that is you're going to get 5 of my programs that you're going to be able to go through, and you're going to be able to see with your own eyes what a winning digital product looks like and feels like. Okay? You're going to see some of my courses. You'll see how I organize my content, how I make my exercises and videos. You're going to see everything. And you're also going to get my templates. It's inspiring to go through courses that have made millions of dollars in sales that are here for you to use as success models. I've also got 2 webinar-only bonuses for you. Okay, so 2 special additional bonuses if you register on this webinar. These bonuses will not be available after today. Okay, so you can only get this if you are on the webinar with me here. And there's a good reason for this, by the way, because the first one is a one-on-one laser coaching session with me. Okay, I like to do this sometimes on launch day. It's kind of fun, gets everyone excited. And what you do is you submit your product idea or your marketing piece to me, and I'll do a live 10-minute laser coaching session with you in a special small group webinar. Okay, and to qualify, just one qualification, you have to go through our first 3 live classes and do your exercises, and you have to go through the marketing step-by-step course. Okay, so I hope you would do that anyway. You should do that anyway inside of the DigitalU. But you have to attend your first 3 live classes and go through marketing step-by-step. And the reason for this is when we're working together, I need you to have all of those distinctions in that language so that we can do a great job naming your product or outlining your product or creating a marketing piece or creating a video script, whatever you want to work on, your positioning, your naming, your branding. I put a value of $1,000 on this. It's probably worth more than that, like legitimately, because you get my mind working on your situation for that full 10 minutes there, and we can get a lot done. Okay, so you get that, but that's only available if you register today. And you're going to have to use the special link that I'm going to give you here in just a few minutes. Okay, only available to people that are on the webinar today. A second webinar bonus is my How to Be an Entrepreneur program. Okay, and this is an audio course I created. It's the most condensed course on success as an entrepreneur that I've created. From creativity and productivity and leadership to your product, your marketing, your growth, your success, this course will show you how to succeed in business. If you're interested in entrepreneurship, this is a great course. It's $197 usually. I'm going to give this to you as a bonus if you register for the webinar. So you get those 2. If you register on the webinar, whether or not you pay in full, you get those 2 bonuses. But I recommend that you pay in full and get the 2 advanced courses too. Again, they're webinar only. No one else will get access to these bonuses. I want to offer them to you today to inspire you to go for it, knowing that you'll get personal one-on-one attention. Again, your live laser coaching session. It's going to be about 30 days, probably 30 to 45 days after our welcome webinar. Okay, so our welcome webinar is next week. It's going to be about 4 to probably 6 weeks after that, so that you have time to go through your first 3 classes and go through marketing step by step. Now, I mentioned to you that the previous version of this course was called the Digital Product Blueprint. Okay, and again, you get all of the digital product blueprints as part of the DigitalU now. But I want to give you some testimonials, okay, real world stories from people who went through the previous programs on creating courses in digital products. Okay, these testimonials from past courses on digital products. The 2018 DigitalU includes new distinctions, plus my latest thinking and advances, more stuff on how to be a thought leader, right? It's very powerful. But these are testimonials from the last version. Okay, the DigitalU is new. I mean, you're going to be the first to go through it. So I don't have testimonials from that one, but just check this out. I was trying to start an online business with no product, no list, no prior history with online businesses. The Digital Product Blueprint was exactly what I needed, providing excellent training, not only get me started with the most important task, but also sharing the knowledge, skills, and resources that have been used by Eben himself to build massively successful businesses. The confidence this instilled in me has enabled me to build my email list, my marketing material, and my first product, all while completing the course. Okay, so list, marketing material, and first product, all while completing the course. That was from Andrew. Christina says, I've been procrastinating to put my business online for years. Okay, anyone else procrastinating? Digital Product Blueprint was the first seminar that motivated me so strongly I took immediate action, because Digital Product Blueprint is just the right mixture of theory and practice. After each session, I knew what to do as the next step, how to do it, and why to do it. So Digital Product Blueprint is not only a course, but a set of courses. It's like a mini university. Irene says, I've taken many marketing courses over the years and have learned lots of valuable things along the way, but never have I been able to put it all together into an action and a result in any measurable way. Eben's course is organized in a very intuitive way to give me each aspect that I need so I can apply it to my marketing. I felt for the first time that I could actually successfully take the whole course where there have been other programs that I felt were over my head or impossible for me to execute. I'm finally executing all the things I've learned into a project that I'm getting ready to launch. Okay, so this is where you're going to be as you're going through this course. Okay, I'm good at explaining things, and I've got a lot of tools that you're going to be able to use. Okay, none of it's going to be over your head. You're going to understand what we're talking about here. Christina says, Digital Product Blueprint came at the perfect time. I had been outlining a course for months. I hadn't created a single lesson. Following Eben's playbook, I've now created 2 comprehensive online courses. The first leading directly to the second. I've tripled my subscribers. I have an extensive library of my own teaching materials to use with my one-on-one clients. Digital Product Blueprint was the pivotal tool I used to make each of these things happen. My biggest piece of advice for new participants, follow along with the course in real time. Catching the wave of momentum from Eben and all people actively working through the material made following through a priority for me. Had I not taken advantage of the energy in the community, I might still be outlining that first course. It was hard work, but it's paid for itself many times over as I'm preparing for my 4th launch in less than a year. That's from Christina. By the way, you may notice that I'm not saying a bunch of numbers here. I'm not saying, you know, this person did 500,000 and this one did millions and all that. I'm trying to keep the money claims out of this, okay? But I get a lot of those letters, okay? A lot of people have gone through my courses and done multi-$100,000, $1 million launches. Many people have made themselves into millionaires doing this. Again, I'm trying not to be, too huckstery and like show all those big numbers, but this stuff is legit. Eben's course came at its perfect time for me. I remember before I found out of Digital Product Blueprint, I knew I wanted to make a course for years, but I just kept putting it off. I started my business 4 years ago working with people one-on-one. People found me locally and online, and I was mainly doing private coaching. Now I have a standard 12-week program called Give Up Your Glasses for Good. I created the course along the way as I was teaching it. The Digital Product Blueprint has not only paid for itself at this point, but it's also given me the tools to increase my income and my impact moving forward. That's from Nathan. Eben is one of those rare coaches and mentors that provides more than just information to his students. He anticipates your needs and over-delivers on value with life-changing instruction. The Digital Product Blueprint demystifies the steps to creating a successful digital product business and gives you the motivation and focus to get it done. Again, these are all testimonials for the last version that we taught. You get all the stuff from Digital Product Blueprint, plus you get my latest ideas. We go into more great stuff on positioning, thought leadership, creating winning online courses. By the way, check this out. Here are some graphics that I just pulled up that I found online. The growth of online sales. I want you to just think about for a moment what's happening just generally as people are going online to buy stuff. Okay, all of the lines are going up and to the right. I see here we're going to be up at an estimated 4 trillion, okay, 4 trillion in online sales in a couple of years. Right? That's astonishing. Okay, business to consumer sales is going to be up at 1.7 trillion. Okay, this is a big deal. And if you don't have an online business, right, if you're not experimenting with entrepreneurship at a minimum, you really need to be, because this is the future. Mark Zuckerberg said that we're living in an entrepreneurial culture now. Okay, we're all entrepreneurial now. We all have to learn how to hunt for ourselves. And I really think, I'm going to say it straight, I think that online business isn't optional anymore. What's important to realize is that online business, it's not optional, it's a necessity. If you haven't developed your online business and marketing skills, then it's time to get moving. Okay, it is, it's time to get moving. This course is the best course I know of to actually learn online business and marketing. What's the best way to learn? By doing something. Okay, so when you create your own course, you create your product, and then you put it online, you learn how to do it. And even if this is something that you want to do on the side, the education you're going to get in this course is going to make you super valuable in your profession or your career or your job. You're going to walk in 90 days later to your work and you're going to start saying, you know what, we need to have better marketing, for our product. We need to have better systems here to get customers. We need to be asking our customers what their challenges are and use that to sell more stuff. Okay, you're going to become much, much more valuable in whatever context you use this. It's not optional anymore. All right, so there are two keys to success in a knowledge economy. Okay, one is learning and the other is teaching. Right, so that's kind of intuitive, right? So two keys to success: one, learning; two, teaching. When you create your online course or book, you actually do both at once. You're learning about how to create a course, you're learning about how to do business, you're learning about how to teach, and you're teaching. Okay, so you learn at a higher level and you teach others at the same time for maximum leverage and growth. You're going to learn more in the next 90 days in the DigitalU than you've probably learned in any other 90-day period in your life. You're going to come out of this course, your life is going to be changed. You're going to see everything differently. You're going to see things through the eyes of a knowledge professional and through the eyes of a marketer. Making a name for yourself is key now. Okay, it's never been more important in business to make a name for yourself. In a knowledge economy, this comes down to the knowledge that you create. Okay, making a name for yourself, that's how you get known now. Your course, your book, or your digital product instantly creates that credibility and that impact. When you start conversations by showing people your course or your book and you give that out to people, whether you're applying for a job, whether you're doing a contract, whether you're starting a business, whether you're doing a partnership, when you show people that you have it, okay, it's instant credibility. That's how you make your name for yourself. And I believe that I'm the best person to learn from, okay, because again, I started from scratch. I had to figure out each piece of the puzzle in order to succeed. I did that for several years. I built a big multi-million-dollar business, and then I started teaching how to do this. Okay, I want to emphasize I've done this dozens of times now, and I continue to create new courses and digital products and books every year. Every year I create new courses, and I have for many years now. You'll learn how I think, you'll get all my templates and shortcuts, and you'll do this with me together. Okay, we're going to do this together. And remember, each new product becomes a business asset and an income stream. I've got all these different products, and each one sells in different niches and different markets. Most people really don't know what to learn next in life. Okay, you might relate to this. Okay, so in the face of accelerating change and increasing options, most people can't lock on to what they need to learn next. And here's the tip: if you don't have competence in online business, products, and marketing, then this is what to learn next. Okay, no question. If you want to have confidence in the future, the skills you're going to learn here, they follow you. These skills are what I call future-proof. Okay, the skill of organizing knowledge into valuable courses and training for others. You're going to use that forever. The skills of marketing and sales, okay, and growing a business. The entrepreneurship skills that you're going to learn alone are going to give you a 10 or 100x return on this program. Okay, this is the best course to help you make the transition. Skills that are valuable forever. The product marketing and productivity skills you'll learn in the DigitalU will make you an asset in your career forever. These are the fundamental profit and money skills in business that everyone needs to learn. If you're just getting started online, this is the path to take your business into the future. And if you don't get your course or your digital product done, let me say that again. And if you don't get your course or your digital product done, then you can't build your online business. Okay, you can't sell it and make money. So no course or product, no business. So we have to get the course done. That's the key. And that's what we're going to do in the DigitalU. So join me for the DigitalU 90-day class. And join me for the adventure. Okay, creating your teaching course or digital product, it's a true adventure in life. It's challenging, interesting, highly educational. Come on this journey with me. Let's work together to teach a lot of people what you know. So I'm going to give you a link now. You just go and fill out this one-page form, register, and you're in. Okay? And here's the link that I want to give you. DigitalU.com/register. When you go to that page, you'll see a recap of everything that I've said here. There's actually more information if you want to look it over. If you're convinced and you're in, just choose your payment option. You can do $397 a month for 6 months. You can do a one payment for $19.97. If you do the one time, you pay in full, you get those 2 great bonuses. In either case, you get both of the webinar only bonuses. You get the live laser coaching session with me, and you get my How to Be an Entrepreneur course. Also, if you're going and you're filling out that registration form right now, as soon as you register, you'll get a confirmation page. And I've also set it up so you can take advantage of a free month of what I call my Platinum Passport. Definitely take advantage of that if you're serious about learning about entrepreneurship and business and marketing, because that is a great program. And I'm going to give you a free month in it. So definitely take me up on that as well. Go to DigitalU.com/register. Okay, DigitalU.com/register. By the way, your welcome video is going to give you a tour. You're going to log in, watch that welcome video. It'll walk you through all the content inside your members area. You're going to start going through Wake Up Productive and Marketing Step by Step immediately. All of the Marketing Step by Step courses in your members area right there. And the beginning of Wake Up Productive you're going to start going through that today. Remember the course and the bonuses and the guarantee. You get the full 90-day DigitalU course. You get the live classes with me and my awesome team. 100% money back guarantee. You get the live laser coaching session with me. And you get the webinar only bonus entrepreneurship course. This is the only live course that I am teaching in 2018. Okay, and it'll be at least a year before I teach this again. So definitely join me for this. You're going to get a bunch of my best new thinking. It's really going to help you become a thought leader. So get started with me today, DigitalU, and there again is that link, DigitalU.com/register. Go there, you'll see the options, okay, and you'll also see more information. To get your bonuses, to get the webinar only bonuses, you have to register tonight by midnight. Okay, so tonight by midnight, because there's just a limited amount of space that I have for that. So definitely register now. Again, remember, you get a 90-day money-back guarantee, so you can go through this program without having to worry. I'm going to go over and I'm going to answer some questions right now. And I also want to say, by the way, if you've been through the Digital Product Blueprint course, if you've already gone through it, wait to register for this, because I'm going to send you a special offer that'll give you a discount. Okay. If you want to know right now, you can just write into help@ebenpagan.com and we'll send that out to you probably tomorrow when that's ready. Yeah, just want you to know this is the upgraded version. It's going to have some new material, but I want to make sure that, if you've gone through this training before, that you get a special offer. Okay, so go, and if you want to ask me a question, now's the time. All right, I'm going to be answering questions. I'm going to try to take questions about half about the DigitalU course, because people are going to have a lot of questions about what's included and what we're doing there. And I'm going to take about half of them about creating an online course or a digital product, okay, or doing your marketing. Okay, so go ahead and do that now. Put in your questions. Kim on my team is monitoring them, and she's going to put them in a special template that I've got over here, a doc where I can go through and I can get them. Here's a good question from Abby. I would appreciate a learning system that didn't involve Facebook. Do we have to go on Facebook to take advantage of all your course? Oh my gosh, Facebook has taken a beating. Yeah, Abby, the good news is I am not on Facebook very much, hardly ever myself. And no, we have our own members area. You get on live webinars with me that are kind of like this one. The webinars you get on with me are much more teaching webinars. This one I'm teaching a bit, and I'm also presenting this this course to you. But yeah, we don't go on Facebook very much. You'll learn some stuff about Facebook, but no, it's not Facebook. We learn this together in our format. All right. some interesting questions here. Yeah, and good. And try to do me a favor. And as I said, please try to put in, give me at least 2 or 3 sentences to give me a little bit more color, because some of these it's hard for me to understand exactly what we're saying here. Okay. So Reverend Dr. Sandy says, "Hi, Evan. Thank you so much for this workshop. My question: I'm writing a book on spiritual motivation and self-help. I'm a holistic psychotherapist and wellness practitioner. How do I find my niche market?" That's a great question, Sandy, because if you just teach general stuff, my experience is it's a lot harder to be successful, especially if you're teaching, at the spiritual level. And what I would recommend that you do is think back. Okay, maybe take out a piece of paper, or do this in a document, and just make a list of all the problems, right, and all the kind of wants that people come to you with. What are they trying to do? Okay, they're not just looking for spiritual advice. They're trying to usually do something in their life. In my case, I was in my late 20s, and I couldn't get a date. And so I went and read books about dating, and I made friends with guys who really understood that whole thing. They kind of intuitively got it. And I had to work on it for a while. And then finally I was like, oh, now I understand how this works. And I understand how I was, sabotaging myself. And then some of my friends started coming to me and asking me questions about dating. And I explained to them how this worked. And I said, here, look, it doesn't work the way that you thought it did. It kind of works this other way. And I saw, oh, this would be really valuable information. I could see that my guy friends were using this information. Right? Now, you could probably give someone self-help and spiritual advice on any topic, but you want to ask, what is it that people are coming to you for, and what is it that you're uniquely helping them with? And, if, let's say, you're helping people who are, having conflict in their relationships, or you're helping people to find a relationship, or you're helping people with health, or you're helping them in their careers, or you're helping them find their purpose, or whatever the thing is that you're helping them with that's specific, that they're coming to ask for, then having a spiritual perspective on that specific thing, that's more of a niche market. Okay, that's something that can be more sustainable. All right, so Ken says, this is a really interesting question. I have bona fide high school courses to full graduation available online. How do I find a market? So Ken, you have asked the magic question. And this is the question that more people who are professionals and experts and so forth, who have created books and products, this is the one that they ask me all the time. I already created my course. How do I find someone to buy it? And my answer is probably not what you're going to want to hear. My answer is, if you didn't design the course to be something that people already wanted to buy, then it's going to be a lot harder to sell it. It's going to be a lot harder to get people to take it. Because no matter how valuable it is, it was designed with teaching in mind rather than with the desires and the needs and the wants of your student in mind. And so what I recommend that you do is join me for the DigitalU, and let's do this again. Okay, because you've already done it, you're going to be much more effective at it. But let's go and figure out what people are searching for within that world, so that we can create something that they already want to buy, something that they're already searching for. Okay, this is how you differentiate yourself, and this is how you create something that actually is successful in the world. It's not about taking the thing that you've already created and then just going and figuring out where to sell it. If that worked, then a lot more people would be successful, unfortunately. What we want to do is design it right from the first time. And by the way, if you are thinking of writing a book or creating a course or a digital product, come with me through the DigitalU so that we make it right the first time. Okay? Success is guaranteed to no one. We don't know if what you're going to do is going to resonate, but there are so many things that we can do to increase the probability of success and save you so much time and effort and energy and wasted money. Okay, come through the DigitalU with me, and I'll show you how to do this. Okay, Kim says, how do we identify our ideal client when we can help so many? I'm a health coach. Where and how do we market products once we have them? And how do we figure out what they want to buy? Yeah, I mean, Kim, this really is the essence. This is it. This is what we're talking about here, is we have to go through a process to find that overlap between what people are searching for and what they want, what they need, what they're motivated already to buy, and then what you can teach them in one of your courses. And if you get that right, you really have a connect. And you actually have an advantage, Kim, because you have experience working with people and you know the problems that people are showing up to you with. So if you're a practitioner or a coach or a consultant or a therapist or any kind of a professional who works with people and helps them solve their problems and get results, you have a bit of an advantage because what you can do is you can ask, what are the problems that people show up in my life with? Okay, what are the desires that they have and the wants? And then you can start asking, okay, now which of these things am I uniquely good at helping them with? Because if they're showing up with those problems, then it's something that they're probably already not finding a solution to easily online or in a book. Okay, and so that's a hint. And the long answer is that we really have to do a process together. Okay, we have to go through a process of targeting your niche, understanding the hot buttons that your prospective students have, noticing the things that you're good at as well, and then putting those together. That's what we've got to do. And again, join me for DigitalU, and we'll do that together. Okay, Rachel says, I've written a book and would like to take it online, broken out as a course. I get that I can do that, but the how to break it out. Also, I'm a coach. How do I package it? Well, I don't know what it is. I don't have any sense of the content of it here, Rachel. So I'm going to just kind of make a couple of guesses. Congratulations on writing a book, by the way. Probably what you want to do is either take that material and make a new version of it, or take what's in it and create a course or a digital product, like an audio course or a video course, that you can then use some of the written material to supplement. All right. And when you do this, what you want to do is focus on what are those emotional hot buttons? What are the things that people are searching for? When they show up to you, what's motivating them to take action now? And if you can get that as the outline of your course, right, it's going to be much more successful in the long run. Paulette says, is this for you if you don't have a product yet? Yes, absolutely, Paulette. In fact, even if you do have a product, this is for you, because in the DigitalU, I'm going to work with you to rebuild it. All right. So this is for people that have products and that don't have them, because probably what we need to do is make you a course that was designed to sell itself. So yes, we will design your course or your product together inside the DigitalU. All right, I'm seeing a few people who are asking about that have been through the digital product blueprint, and thank you, folks, for joining me for this. Yeah, the DigitalU, this is kind of the next evolution of the work that we did in digital product blueprint. A lot of that same training material is in the DigitalU, and we'll have some new stuff. I'm going to send a special offer to all the folks that have been through digital product blueprint to get a discount if you want to take this course. Catherine says, hi, Evan. I'm an HR consultant with 30 plus years of experience. Have you ever helped someone build an online product with my background to help small business owners who probably don't have a clue why they would need HR? Yes, almost certainly I've helped people. I don't know, I don't have enough here to know what you want to teach small business owners exactly, so I can't, say yes, but I've had thousands of people go through my trainings on creating digital products and online courses. And, I've worked with them and coached them for a long time now. And I've definitely worked with people that have professional experience, HR experience. So I'm just going to say yes. And this course will be great for you. Christian says, could you do a course on how to grow cannabis, even if I'm mainly interested in the gardening aspect rather than the consuming aspect, like my ideal prospect? Oh, Christian, I thought you were asking me, could you do a course on how to grow cannabis? I was like, I don't know how to grow cannabis. Yeah, you can do courses on anything that you want. I recommend that you do a course, though, on something that people are searching for and that they want to learn. This is probably the kind of thing that a lot of people want to learn right now, just, based on my superficial observation of that market growing. Let's see here. Some people are asking questions about what happens if they can't, make one of the live trainings, or, they miss some piece of it, or they've got to do some other stuff here. So everything that we do inside the DigitalU, okay, everything that we do is recorded and then put into your members area. So there's a replay. So if you miss one of the classes, you can just go to your members area, you can watch the replay. Or if you love the class, all right, you can go back and you can review it, you can stop it, start it, get all the downloads, all that kind of stuff. All right, so I just want you to know everything that we do, it all gets put up into your members area so that you can watch it. And if you miss a class, no problem, you can go at your own pace. Roger says, I'm a coach and mentor teaching authentic leadership, which is a new category for leadership for the future. I have 3 ebooks on Amazon and not selling any of them since this new area and searches don't show up. Okay. So what I'm going to recommend, Roger, all right, if we were working together, is I would say, instead of teaching authentic leadership as your new category, I would ask you, okay, when you're teaching leaders about authentic leadership, what is the challenge? What's the specific challenge that they're trying to solve? Okay, so as a leader, what are they trying to do? Are they trying to recruit people? Are they trying to grow a business? Are they trying to grow a movement? Are they trying to deal with politics? Like, are they dealing with politics, internally? Are they dealing with crisis management? Like, what are they doing in leadership? That's the thing that's most compelling to them, that's most top of mind to them. And then I would ask you to apply your methods to that situation. So it would probably be something, I don't know exactly what you teach, but it would be like authentic leadership for building a team. And then we would come up with something that talks about building a team in a new way, not something that talks about authentic leadership, because people aren't online saying, what can I learn about authentic leadership? That's too general, but they are saying, how do I build a team, or how do I manage this crisis, or how do I grow this business? Okay, so again, we probably want to take what you know how to do and apply it to a more targeted niche audience. Okay, very, very important. Becky says, can I do this at my own pace, like faster than 90 days? Yes, you can. When you log into your members area, you go through the entire marketing step-by-step course. You're going to get the blueprint trainings. We've got a couple of them up today. We're launching this week, and we're going to put several more of them up. You're going to be able to go through your blueprint training starting immediately. Yeah, there are a couple of your bonus courses. Some of the pieces, like the live sessions that we do, you have to wait to go through those because those are live training sessions. The tech tools are also live. So yeah, you can go at your own pace. You can definitely go faster than 90 days, but some parts of the course you're going to have to wait for. But a lot of it, you can dive in and just get going right now. MT asks, do you produce products and courses where you are not the teacher or instructor? We have. I've grown businesses where we've had other people be the teachers and the instructors. And, for example, if you're interested in being the business person and partnering with someone who can be the content expert, that's great. Go through the DigitalU and you'll learn all aspects of how to do that. If you want to create more of kind of a platform kind of thing. Let's see. John says, how will we get the bonus material? All right. So the bonus materials, some of the bonus materials will be inside your members area as soon as you start. And some of them will come a little bit later, but you'll get them all inside of your private members area, most or all of them within the next week. Okay? Zipporah says, Eben, why did you choose dating out of all things? Good niche research or personal passion? I know it's a very unlikely thing to have succeeded with, particularly if you knew me when I was younger. But the reason I chose dating was because I was in my late 20s. I finally got a job where I was making enough money to get a nice little apartment. I mean, it was a little one-bedroom apartment, but it was near the beach and it was cool. And I finally got a cool new car. I mean, it was a used car, but it was new-ish. I drove, mostly $200, $300, $400 cars for most of my driving career before that. And so I finally had, good enough work, and I had these things, but I couldn't get a date. And I was like, no, wait a minute. I thought that I just, get the good job in the car and then I can get dates. And I couldn't. I had no idea how to even talk to a girl. And so then I started reading books and going to seminars and just trying to learn everything that I could about it. And as I did, I realized I had a bunch of bad programming. I just didn't understand how, dating and mating worked. And once I figured out how it worked, I got this amazing girlfriend, and I was having a great relationship, and my friends were asking me about how to do this, and I was able to, help my friends with dating. And I realized, like, wow, I know something here. I know how to do something. And my good friend Dean Jackson, he showed me how to turn that into an ebook. He showed me how to do pay-per-click marketing and some of this email stuff we talked about. And I just dove in, and I was all over it. And I mean, one of the reasons why is because I could see. I mean, I knew marketing. I'd been studying marketing for a few years when I made it, so I understood this emotional hot button thing. And I just got like, oh, a lot of men don't understand how to be successful with the opposite sex. And I just learned about it. This is something that men are looking for, like, universally. And, this is worth writing a book about. And so, again, I sat down, I wrote the book in 3 weeks. It's just like 90 pages or something. I just took notes that I had made before and I kind of filled them in. And I put it online quickly to see if anyone wanted to buy it. And I think my first day that I put it online, I sold, I think, maybe 2 copies of the book or something. I was doing pay-per-click marketing. And then, I'd go a few days and not sell one, and then I'd sell 1 or 2. And I was just, selling one here and there. But I could see that it worked. Like, I could see, yes, guys are really interested in this. And, I would get customer service emails and people would ask me questions. And I went, all right, this looks like it could be a thing. That's kind of how I figured it out. Okay, Ovi asks, could you give an example of things people are searching for if I want to teach them how to embody goddess wisdom? I'm very nervous to ask this question. Good for you, Ovi. If you're nervous, that means you're getting outside of your comfort zone, and that's what we reward inside of our trainings, okay? Because that's what you have to do. You have to do something new, and you have to push past your comfort zone. And what I'm going to say here is, goddess wisdom, it's such a general sounding topic that I don't even know what you mean. Are you talking about goddess wisdom like, we're reading about ancient goddesses from, some mythology or religion, and we're going to take the wisdom that the goddesses used and use it now? Are we talking about, the inner goddess in every woman, right? So I don't even know what you're talking about. And so that's why we want to start asking, okay, we want to start asking, what is it that you're looking for? Like, what are your needs right now? What's frustrating you? What are you trying to do in your life? And then we want to go from there. It sounds like you have not thought about what we're talking about here. And I know a lot of people here, this is new information. You're saying, wow, man, I've never thought about a lot of this stuff. And that's okay. But it's important to start asking your students, or people who would be your students, what are the challenges you're running into in your life right now specifically? What are the things that you want to accomplish in your life? And then use your wisdom to help them do those things. That's how you create a winning product or course. Okay, let's see. When will the DigitalU 90-day program start? Carla asks. We're opening up registration. We're doing registration this week. Okay, this is our launch. I'm doing early registration today. Then we're going to do registration for the next 3 days. Our welcome webinar is next week on Tuesday, so in 8 days. Okay, so that's when we start officially. When you register today, you log in. You're going to get a bunch of materials to get started with. You're going to get some of your bonuses. You're going to start going through the Wake Up Productive course. So you officially start next Tuesday, but you get a bunch of preparation over this week. Next week we do our welcome webinar. The next week we're going to do our first module, and we're going to work together weekly for 90 days after that. Brian says, honestly, how does this training contrast with Brendan Burchard's trainings? Yeah, I've known Brendan for many years, and he does amazing training. Some of his Experts Academy stuff is just really wonderful. And what Brendan and I have both found, and Brendan and I are friends, we've promoted each other's stuff for years. What we found is people really get a lot of value from using both of our stuff because we have different styles. We teach in different ways. We teach different material. There's a lot of very complementary stuff here. I think you're going to see that that there's a lot of new stuff that I teach, but it also is very compatible with everything that Brendan teaches. Tammy says, is Eben going to teach them this himself on calls? Yes, I'm going to teach live. This is the only class that I'm teaching live this year. It's going to be me live teaching, interacting. I'm going to be doing coaching with people. I'm going to be answering questions. You're going to really get how this works. When you get on the live classes and you hear me coaching people, and you might even be one of the people that I coach, that's when it's going to click for you. Okay, we didn't have the benefit of me being able to work with people live here and actually hear the teaching, but that's what you're going to do when you're in the live classes with me. And yes, it's going to be me teaching. Also, we're going to have other people teaching as well. I'm going to bring in people that, some of the people from the big companies that do online courses as well. You're going to see lots of different options. It's a very comprehensive training program. Trying to find just one or two more good questions before we wrap up. Lori asks, thanks for the webinar. How is this different from Jeff Walker's product launch formula? Okay, Jeff Walker, another great friend who I've been good friends with for 10 plus years. We've supported each other. We've spoken at each other's programs. Very good friend. There's a little bit of overlap between Jeff's stuff and my stuff because we think the same ways. We got very similar personality types. But honestly, the way that I approach things is very different from Jeff, and what I focus on is very different. Okay, I'm really focused on helping you create your online course or your digital product or your book. And then I'm really focused on helping you understand the psychology of marketing and getting customers and building your brand and so forth. I mean, Jeff teaches some of these things too, but he really focuses on the product launch formula itself. It's a brilliant model. I mean, I'm using a lot of stuff I've learned from Jeff in this launch that I'm doing right here. So Jeff's stuff is amazing. In fact, when people ask me, when they come through my courses and they go through all our stuff and then they say, okay, what else do I need to learn? Product launch formula is kind of the other, it's like prerequisite or something. They go very, very well together. But it's also very different. Zipporah says, is there list building help in the course? Yes. We definitely work on marketing, getting traffic, getting leads, and building your list. Very, very important to build your list. And yes, we focus on that. And we also focus on the psychology of how to interact with people in a group. One of the mistakes that a lot of people make when they're building a list is they talk to everyone as if they're a group rather than talking to them personally, one-on-one. You'll notice that even though I'm talking to a large group right now, I'm trying to remember that you are an individual and you're alone and you're listening to me and you're trying to make sense of whether or not this is right for you as a person. And so I've trained myself to speak in a way where I'm talking to one individual person, and that's something we'll go through exercises and you'll learn how to do that. Because if you're going to be teaching and you're going to be communicating one to many, you really have to build that skill. Becky says, where do you get the majority of your sales from? Email, Facebook? It depends on which of our businesses. Sometimes we do a lot of Facebook marketing and, with certain products, like right now I'm doing this product launch. I'm going to get most of my sales are going to come from other people who I know, who are friends, people who have been through my courses, other people that teach in our space. That's one model. Email does bring us in a lot of sales when we follow up and we offer additional trainings and so forth. Yeah, so we get our sales from different places. Okay, Buki says, is there a specific time for the DigitalU training, or is it going to be recorded so that when you're free, you can go to the site and play? Yeah, usually what we do is we do our live classes on Tuesday and Thursday, late afternoon, early evening. But then we also record them so that we'll upload them to the site so you can go back and watch the replays, or if you miss one of them, you can see them anytime you want. So we actually do both. And the benefit there is that you get the live training, and there's something about going through the live class and being there with me live, okay, and being there with our team live. Okay, I'm going to show up. You're going to go through these live classes. You're going to have multiple options every week for live classes that you can get on. We go through the trainings. We go through the modules. You hear me doing live coaching with our members. Okay, super important. The live, I cannot stress enough how when you learn the mindset, then you learn the tool, and you get the blueprint, and then you go through it, and then you hear me working with someone else, somehow this makes it make sense. Okay, so you're going to want to join me for the live stuff, but then you'll also go through the training afterwards. All right, everyone, thank you so much for joining me here. If you're serious about creating your online course or your digital product or getting your book done, all right, go to DigitalU.com/register. Okay, we're going to get started. We're starting immediately here. I'm going to work with you. You're going to go through all of our blueprints. We're going to get your course or product done. You're going to learn about marketing. You're going to learn about entrepreneurship. We're going to do this together. Okay, we're going to go through a process that I have been building over years that's resulted in me selling 10 of my different online brands and businesses have done over $1 million in sales. 4 of them have done over $10 million in sales. Okay, this stuff, I've been working on this for a long time. Most of the people in our industry have either been through my products or been to my programs. Okay, this is why you're here right now. So many people out there are talking about this. It's a rare and unique opportunity to learn this from me personally and to learn it live. Okay, so if you're serious about getting your product done, go to DigitalU.com/register. Okay, DigitalU.com/register. And if you're on this webinar, make sure you register today because you get those special webinar only bonuses until tonight at midnight. We're also going to be open for registration over the next 3 days. Okay, so in any event, you have to make your decision by Thursday. But think this through, okay? Think it through and join me. Okay, this is the best training in getting online, learning about thought leadership, learning how to organize, like identify and organize the knowledge you have and find the high value knowledge you have and then format it into a course or a product that you can sell for high prices. You learn about the value of knowledge and you learn how to become a digital entrepreneur. That's what you really learn about here. Okay, so join us for this course, join our community here, and I am looking forward to seeing you inside of the DigitalU. All right, thanks everyone. So I think we're going to call it a night. Again, go to DigitalU.com/register. If you have any questions or need help at all, you can just write to help@ebenpagan.com. HELP, help@ebenpagan.com. EBENPAGAN, help@ebenpagan.com. EBENPAGAN. Or you can look on our website there, DigitalU.com/register. And you can send us an email. We'll get back to you if you have any questions. All right, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you learned a lot. I hope you use what you learned here to create your online course, to create your book, your digital product, and to start helping people. Okay, start taking your knowledge and getting it out there into the world. Start duplicating yourself. And again, start joining the digital knowledge economy. All right, everybody. I'm going to just turn the screen share off right here. It doesn't seem to want to turn off the